let us do number 2. Number 2 is saying sketch the graph y equal to 16x minus 7 minus 4x x squared. When you have like y equal to a into bracket x minus h squared plus k, so when it's like that, axis of symmetry it is x equal to h, this h, and the y-intercept is, it is 0k, this k. Vertex, it is hk. So what you remain is only finding x-intercept. You see, you have axis of symmetry, you have y-intercept, you have vertex. So what remains is to find what? X-intercept. Okay, now let us proceed. We have y equal to 16x minus 7 minus 4x squared. We can complete the square, we can use the normal way. We can say that let for y equal to 16x minus 7 minus x squared, this is the same as y equal to negative x squared plus 16x minus 7. Since our coefficient of x squared is negative, we'll get maximum point. So now from there, what is x-intercept? X-intercept y is equal to 0. What will be y-intercept? What will be the vertex? That's what we're going to look for. So now let's start with x-intercept. X-intercept, you know that y will be equal to 0. So let that equation to be equal to 0, we say that negative x squared plus 16x minus 17 is 0. So the product is 7, sum is 16. Two numbers we can multiply to get 7. Two numbers we can multiply to get 7. We add, so this is 4. This is negative 4. That is negative 4. We have negative 4 here. We have negative 4. We have negative 4x squared. So our product is 28. Two numbers we can multiply to get 28. We add to get 16. Two numbers we can multiply to get 28. We add to get 16. So it is 14 and 2. So that's negative 4x squared plus 2x plus 14x minus 7 equal to 0. So finally, we get minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 14x minus 7 equal to 0. So we take negative 2x out of the bracket. We remain with 2x minus 1, plus we take 7 out of the bracket, remaining 2x minus 1 equal to 0. 2x minus 1 is common, 2x minus 1 is common, that's negative 2x plus 7 equal to 0, which means that 2x minus 1 is 0, or negative 2x plus 7 equal to 0. So you see here x is a half, or x is 7 over 2, which means that x-intercept is a half 0, or 7 over 2, 0. That's what we call x-intercept. After getting x-intercept, can we find y-intercept? Y-intercept, you know that y-intercept x will be 0. If x is 0, so mean that it will be 0, negative 7. It will be 0, negative 7. Then, after getting y-intercept, you're going to find axis of symmetry. axis of symmetry, it is x, which is negative b over 2a. And now we have our equation, our y is negative 4x squared plus 16x minus 7. So you see a is negative 4, b is 16. So now our axis of symmetry will be negative b. That's negative 16 over 2 into negative 4. So this is negative 16 divided by negative 8. Our answer is 2. So mean that our axis of symmetry is x equal to h equal to 2. So from there, what is vertex? Vertex is, which is now maximum. It is hk. It is maximum because our a is greater than 0. So this hk, it means it is 2, then k is f of 2. So when I find f of 2 will be equal to negative 4 into bracket 2 squared plus 16 into bracket 2 minus 7. So this is 4 negative 16 plus 32 minus 7. So now what is 16 minus 7? Negative 16 plus 32, that is 16. 16 minus 7, that is 9. So which means that the vertex, our vertex now is 2, 9, which is the maximum point. Which is maximum point. It is a maximum point. So we have vertex, we have axis of symmetry, we have x-intercept, and we have y-intercept. So now we can sketch a graph. We have our graph here. So, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So we have 1 here, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. We have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay, so what is our x-intercept? Our x-intercept is a half 0, 7 over 2, 0. A half, it is here. A half 0, it will be here. And 7 over 2. 7 over 2 is 3.5, which is here. So it will be here. So now, from there, what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is 0, negative 7. So this is negative 4. This is negative 5. This is negative 6. This is negative 7. So 0, negative 7, it is here. So what else? We have x-intercept 2. X equal to 2. It is here. So we have vertex. Vertex is 2 to 9. 2 to 9. You have this line. So 2 to 9, it is here. So now mean that it will be like this. This is our curve, where this is our turning point. It turns from there. It goes down in this way. So, and it comes down and it passes through 7. So this is our curve, where this is the turning point. So this is our curve where we have our maximum point as a vertex, which is 2, 9. And this is the axis of symmetry. So this is axis of symmetry. So meaning that after getting x-intercept and you get y-intercept and you get the vertex, so you can draw or you can sketch your graph. So I hope you don't have any question from here. So let's go to another part. So let us go to solve quadratic inequalities. So inequalities, when we go to inequalities, we have two types of inequalities. There is what we call first order inequality. We have what we call first order inequality. The first order inequality, that's where you have ax plus b greater than 0, less than 0, greater or equal to 0, less or equal to 0. So how can you solve that first order inequality? What you do, you let ax plus b to be equal to 0. You see here our x will be negative b over a. So after that, you study the sign. We study the sign. So if we study the sign to be x from negative infinity to positive infinity, so we have the value of x, which is negative b over a. So we have our equation, which is ax plus b. So when you bring this one here, you will get 0. So what we have here, we put here opposite sign. Opposite sign of a. Then here we put there sign of a. So for example, we have examples. Before we go to quadratic equations, number 1, solve. Let us give example like 3x plus 2 greater than 0. That is a. So now, if you have 3x plus 2 greater than 0, I let 3x plus 2 to be equal to 0, where x is negative 2 over 3. So immediately I study the sign. If I study the sign, it will be from negative infinity to positive infinity. I have negative 2 over 3. So my equation is 3x plus 2. When I bring this one there, I'll get 0. So now I'm going to put here the opposite sign of a. A is the coefficient of x. It is positive. So since its opposite sign is negative, I'll put negative here. So here it is its sign which is positive. Or you can choose any number from negative infinity to negative 2 over 3. You can choose like a negative 5. If you put negative 5 here, it will be negative 15. Negative 15 plus 2, which is negative 13. So mean that the answer that you get here, all of them will be negative. Choose answer from negative 2 over 3 to positive infinity. Let us choose 0. If you put there 0, it will be 0 plus 2, which is 2, and that 2 is positive. You see, we have positive solutions here. So now x here is a member. Because we have greater, we consider we have positive solutions. It will be positive solutions are given by from negative 2 over 3 to positive infinity. So a member from negative 2 over 3 to positive infinity. But remember, it is only greater. Greater only means those values that are there will be, all of them will be exclusive. They will not be included. So it will be exclusive, excluded negative 2 over 3 to positive infinity, excluded. So let me say b. b it is 3x plus 2 greater or equal to 0. It is the same question. So meaning that I'm using the same standard sign. If it is greater or equal to 0, this value is giving 0 is also included. So meaning that x also is a member from negative 2 over 3 inclusive to positive infinity. Always infinity are excluded. But negative 2 over 3 is included. So C, let me go to C. Let me say that we have 3x plus 2 less than 0. Less means where you have a how many values of x we can use to get the solutions that are negative. We have negative solutions there, so meaning that our x will be a member where we have a negative solution. Is the interval that gives us a negative solutions are from negative infinity to negative 2 over 3. So from negative infinity, which is always exclusive, to negative 2 over 3 exclusive because we have also only less. D. For D, we have 3x plus 2, which is less or equal to 0. Since it is less or equal to 0, this negative 2 over 3 it will be included. So we get x will be a member from negative infinity to negative 2 over 3 included, because since it is less or equal to 0, the value of x that is giving us 0, it is included. So that's why here is included. I hope you don't have any question from there. We can go ahead doing other examples. So another example is like number 2. Number 2 is saying solve. We have 2x minus 4 divided by x greater or equal to 7. How can you solve that? So the way you do that, I first bring this one here on the left-hand side. So now it becomes 2x minus 4 divided by x minus 7 greater or equal to 0. So I'm going to find the LCM over 1. LCM is x. That's 2x minus 4, then minus 7x, which is greater or equal to 0. So 2x minus 7x, that's negative 5x, minus 4 over x, greater or equal to 0. So here we have two linear equations. On numerator, we have the first one is on numerator, another one is on denominator. So what we do, we let negative 5x minus 4 equal to 0. So negative 5x equal to 4. X is negative 4 over 5. That's the value of x. So when you go on the denominator, our denominator must be different from 0. Our x should be different from 0. So we say that let x be 0. Just let's assume that it's equal to 0 to help us to get the solution of that one. So after that, we start the sign. As we start the sign, we have two different fractions because there's one on the numerator and the other one is on the denominator. So from negative infinity to positive infinity, we have two different values of x. There's 0 and negative 4 over 5. We start with the smallest, negative 4 over 5 and 0. So we have negative 5x minus 4, and also we have x. Finally, we have our question, which is negative 5x minus 4 over x. So now, for this equation, our x is negative 4 over 5, which is here, meaning that it will give us 0. So here we put the opposite sign of coefficient of x. It is negative, here it will be positive. So here it is its side, which is negative. For example, if I use 0, if you put the 0 here, you get negative 4. You see that negative 4, it is the answer. You see, it has what? A negative sign. So now, for x, we have its root is 0. If you bring 0 there, the answer will be what? 0 here. So its coefficient is positive. So its opposite sign is negative. Here it will be positive. For example, from 0 to negative infinity, use any negative. We put there, we'll get a negative solution. And from 0 to positive infinity, if you use any positive value and you put there, we'll get what? Positive solution. So now here it is division. It is this one divided by this one divided by that one. So 0 divided by any number is 0, but any number divided by 0 is infinity. So this represents a what? Infinity or undefined. So a positive divided by negative, it is a negative. A negative divided by negative, it is a positive. And a negative divided by positive, it is negative. So now, our inequality, it is greater or equal. Greater means where we have positive. So meaning that x will be a member, is where we have a positives here, it's between negative 4 over 5 and 0. But remember, it is greater or equal. This negative 4, 5, because it is giving us a 0, it will be included. It will be included, negative 4 over 5. But when you reach on 0, it will be excluded because it is giving us undefined. Or it will be what? Excluded. So that is our solution set.